out the store just to yell at me because I was sitting on this car. Y'all, keep in mind it is not his car, and he's yelling at me to get off, and I was so embarrassed.
A lot happens in your 20s, and things level out.
Getting ran through in baggage and trauma.
There's people with
men don't want that.
So I have zero shame in telling a man that after 3 months you are paying my bill, and if you're not, bye-bye.
I do, but my submissiveness is earned. It's not given freely.
This is my car right here. I'm trying to tell you, I'm gonna pay half of the bill. How much is it? Hold on.
You pay the whole bill, you sleep on the couch.
I ain't even trying to go to your house. I'm trying to go home.
Babes, y'all are not about to believe this man came running out the store just to yell at me because I was sitting on this car. Y'all, keep in mind it is not his car, and he's yelling at me to get off, and I was so embarrassed. Man was like, get off the car with your jacket and your eye.
Can't be serious, bruh. Doing way too much. Who does she really think she is, though?
Idiot. Yeah, you should be embarrassed. He works at House of Bijan, obviously. They are known for the cars they park on Rodeo Drive. If you play story mode in GTA, they literally park a Bugatti there as a reference, because everyone knows about it. So not only are you entitled enough to think you can just sit on $400,000 cars that don't belong to you, you're making fun of a working man's accent for doing his job. I don't know who you are, but you really need to do better.
You, come with me. I have a surprise for you. Are you ready for it?
Yes.
Take, this is for you.
Wait.
Yeah. No.
No.
Before you tell me that no, so goodbye.
But there's something to be said about age and experience, life experience. A lot happens in your 20s, and things level out.
Getting ran through in baggage and trauma.
There's people with
men don't
emotional
want that.
intelligence.
We don't like
Men don't want that in a partner.
Then why aren't they wifing us early? Why are they running around town? Like, you know, if they don't want us ran through in baggage and trauma, why are they like they're waiting till, like, how are we so at 20 I should be looking for 40-year-olds that are ready to settle? Like, I don't know how to
not necessarily.
I don't know how you it sounds like just a losing battle all around. If you look at it, it's like all the responsibilities.
But
like,
it depends on if you're a wife. All wives are found, always. If you're 20 years old and you're a wife, you're going to be found, period.
It's really the type of experience, too. Like, if your idea of experience is getting passed around in your 20s, unprotected, in random situationships where you have kids and don't quite know who the daddy is, then that probably won't work. I mean, a woman who's more discreet, safe, and she keeps any random encounters to a minimum, I think a lot of guys could work with that.
If the man you're about to go on a date with does not have a LinkedIn, cancel that date. That's all I have to say.
Plumbers, bus drivers, blue-collar jobs in general, trash. Straight from the horse's mouth. It's always so crazy, the amount of disrespect for just the average guy and just having a regular old job. Whatever happened to that? Basic respect for just the average guy. Like, you gotta own a business or have some sort of cubicle job or something to make the family look good, like a lawyer or a doctor or something. But blue collar? Out of the picture, bro. It's crazy. And I bet you money her father probably had a blue collar job too. Whatever, bro.
Looking for a 1% man. We know where this is going.
So I have zero shame in telling a man that after 3 months you are paying my bill, and if you're not, bye-bye.
Oh, you think he gonna be mad? Girl, you doing him a favor.
7 billion people in the world. If you can't do it, somebody else will. So I have no shame. I'm kind of sort of trying to find somebody to bring me food.
So why you still looking?
I talked to a guy and I said, yeah, after 3 months you pay my bill, but he said no.
What you thought he was gonna say?
Like, a guy knows. Like, oh, if I really like her and she's not crazy, yeah, I would pay her bill. Maybe I threw it out there too soon.
Maybe you shouldn't throw it out.
Men don't understand the investment and the benefit and how we're trying to make sure that we're not getting played. I can't help you, men. Don't talk to us. You're not the one. We're not talking to brokies.
Girl, you sound like the brokey. You sitting there begging somebody to pay your bills. She is the exact reason why men are choosing to stay single.
With that mentality, yeah, why don't you go ahead and throw it out completely?
And says, I shouldn't have to ask him. He should already know. For example, they've talked about my guy, his job is to take out the garbage. I don't understand why I keep having to ask him to do it. He's not doing it.
All right, so
He should just know.
He should just know.
Yeah.
Take out the garbage. Is the problem the garbage isn't taken out, or the garbage isn't taken out when you want it done? Like when you want it to. My schedule. I want it done now.
Yeah.
Is that the problem, or that it's just never going to be done, and he'll just stack up 10 bags of garbage all around there?
I think it's more of it'll be done, but it's not on the timeline that I made up.
That's pretty
Or
fair.
that we discussed.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fair. And you shouldn't have to explain or talk or do anything because you're the authority now of what time it needs to be done. You shouldn't have to do that.
Not his mother. I just want him to take it out. Take out the trash.
But he should be a mind reader of when that should be done, right?
Yeah.
Let's just make this fair here. How often do you think he wants intimacy and you don't just do it when he thinks about it?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's just something else to complain about. Probably he's handling everything else he has to handle. She just has to nitpick and pick out something that she don't like about him.
Dating pool is not trash, it's just the men you choose are.
Not necessarily.
I think it's both.
Most men provide better containment and positive ownership for the cars they own than the women in their lives.
A red flag in a guy is when he doesn't pay for your meals.
And then why do you think so?
I just think that we deserve a little bit better and that my meals should be paid for by my boyfriend.
How much money does he have to make per year?
At least $100,000.
Going to 50-50 or someone who fully provides?
Fully provides.
What does that mean to you?
That I would have an allowance.
How much would that look like for you?
I would say like $7,000, $5,000
per month.
Get out.
Look getting out here. Why are you so worried about what another woman's doing with her body?
Which, because if I'm gonna marry you and I'm gonna have sex with you and I'm gonna do intimate things for you and I'm gonna pay for your nails and take you on trips and spoil you and you're gonna be my queen, why the do I want other niggas inside your fucking mouth?
Are we committed?
Yes, we committed. I just said you my queen, right?
I don't know. I'm single till I'm married.
You single till you married. You don't sound like very submissive to me. Do you know how to cook and clean?
I do, but my submissiveness is earned. It's not given freely.
Okay, so do you expect a man to pay for your bills?
You damn right I play it safe. There's a difference between dating and my man, right?
Okay.
My man has earned my submission. Are you sure about that?
What does earn mean? Does earn mean like transaction?
Not exactly, no, but that doesn't mean that that's not involved.
What is it about you that you think is so great a man should turn over his entire wallet to you?
I'm looking for a partner. I didn't say I want someone to turn over his entire wallet to me. My past is dictating what I want in the future. That's why I want a man that's a provider and a protector, because I haven't had that.
Yeah, no,
but you're trying to come at me like I'm some chick that wants a handout.
Wait, you have had a provider?
No, I didn't.
actually,
no one provided for me.
You went on a dinner date that cost like $3,000.
He's not paying my bills.
Wait.
I mean, he taking me out to dinner something is in it for him, because he's enjoying the dinner also.
What's in it for him?
Oh, he loved it. He loved companionship. He says
He
the best
gets
meal.
that and you get that.
Yeah.
So, but him paying for the dinner is one directional.
That's his choice. He's also
Wait, is that your
guy.
expectation? You want to meet a guy who's willing to be a provider?
Yeah.
You want to meet a guy to pay for your bills?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
You know, I think we've established that part, right? The part where she wants what she wants, but she still hasn't answered the question. What makes you worth a man doing all that for you?
Alright, so let me get this straight. You invited me out to come to eat. And that was not even my idea. That was your idea, right?
Okay, and the problem is?
And I'm offering to pay half, but you want me to pay the whole thing?
I'm the woman. I shouldn't have to pay anything. Yeah, I invited you out because I wanted to go out. That doesn't mean I have to pay.
No, this was your idea. Actually, I don't even have to be a gentleman to pay half of it.
Because you're going to pay it all.
But this was your idea to come out. You're the one that invited me out.
And you're the man, so you have to pay the bill.
Says who?
Says me. What do you mean?
In what book is that written in?
It doesn't have to be written. That's just a rule.
This is my card right here. I'm trying to tell you, I'm going to pay half of the bill. How much is it? Hold on.
You pay the whole bill or you sleep on the couch.
300.
You pay the whole bill or you sleep on the couch.
I ain't even trying to go to your house. I'm trying to go home. How about that?
You're still paying this damn bill.
$320, and I'm trying to tell you, I'm going to pay half of it. And you telling me to pay the whole thing?
Yeah.
Wendy, was your idea to take me out?
Yeah,
Because of what again?
because you're the man and you're responsible for the bill.
The fact that this woman stood her ground on demanding that man to pay is the biggest red flag. Because even if she's a super traditional woman and she always wants the man to pay, you get into a situation like this where you're on a date in which you're the one that asked that man out on a date, and then you find out in conversation when the bill is coming that he really didn't expect to pay for both of you, at the very least pay for just himself. That is the point at which you get out your card and you pay your half. And you're grateful that that man is just being a super gentleman because of the communication errors or the expectation error. But the fact that this woman thinks that something is wrong with a man for not willing to pay for the entire bill, that is the problem.
Yeah, these are the times that equality goes out the window. I wonder what happened to it.
I think there's this whole thing around girls wanting a guy to pay for everything, wanting like that wealthy person. And it's like, it kind of poses the question. It sets a precedent really early on. If a guy pays for everything and the girl like lets him, that like she expects it. So then we get to the point where like she never pulls her wallet out, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, there are plenty of guys out there that will pay for everything. They're a dime a dozen.
I've dated them. You've dated them.
And
maybe you haven't dated them.
I have not dated them.
You haven't dated anyone.
I haven't dated any of them. Sorry. But you've dated them. We've seen people date them.
Yeah.
Like, we know the type. And it's like, you got to ask yourself, do you want the hotel room or do you want the guy you're in the hotel room with? Like, do you want that 5-star hotel room or do you want like the experience of who you're with? Because they can be the same thing. But I'm like, they can also be two very different things. Like, what are you looking for? And I think it's cool if a guy can pay for everything, but he's like, I'm not setting that precedent because there's plenty of guys out there that can pay for everything. And you've got a job. Like, if you want to buy one in every 4 to 5 things, like, great.
Now, this woman right here, she sounds reasonable. Of course, a woman would love to be taken care of. What woman wouldn't? But it's all about priorities. And if you understand what you're truly asking for, and that's just really looking at it from what a woman is truly getting by setting criteria based solely off money, right? But for a lot of these women, the simp economy is just too strong to pass up.
I mean, I often felt like a failure. Like, why can't I figure this out? This thing that so many people do. Why couldn't I figure it out? And I also worried about what other people would think, worrying that they would say, oh, she must be crazy, or, oh, she must be really picky. I'm just terrified by it. During my 20s and most of my 30s, I was focused on my career. Relationships were not a priority. But at the end of my 30s, I'll never forget kind of having panic attacks, thinking, oh my gosh, what have I done with my life? How could I have let all this time go by and not have figured out the relationship thing? I've tried to do things to help. I've frozen my eggs and I'm online dating and doing all that. I woke up one day and I realized that I'm not married yet because I haven't met him. I haven't found him yet. And realizing that my path is my own. My path is not someone else's, that my journey is my own, has been so helpful for me. When it's time and it's right, it will happen. So for all of you over the age of 40 and you haven't found the one yet, hang in there.
How many men are being wrongfully accused of being emotionally abusive, narcissistic, or gaslighting when really the accusations are being made by an emotionally unstable woman? Now, this is a reality we don't discuss because a lot of women are indeed plagued with the presuppositions that their feelings are supposed to be the only feelings that matter in a relationship. Their feelings are supposed to be the focal point. The guy is supposed to do everything to make sure that they are happy and satisfied. And any attempt made by men to draw boundaries, to criticize the woman, judge the woman, shame the woman, hold her accountable, will be met with manipulative terms like this that women erroneously attribute to normal male behavior and men simply wanting respect and their feelings to be acknowledged and valued as well. A significant percentage of women have unrealistic expectations and have no idea about how relationships are actually supposed to work and how to make them work. And many modern women genuinely have poor interpersonal relationship skills. It is the accepted norm that a woman's perception of a relationship is the golden rule and standard of how relationships should be. And men who fail to abide by those standards are often vilified when the woman is actually the one who's in the wrong.
I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that.
And I told James like this. I told James a long time ago. I was like, you know I can't work. He's like, why not? I'm like, this is before we even got married. I say, because every job I go to, the guys want to sleep with me. There was awkward silence. I said, you know your friend such and such that owns the funeral home? Yeah. Why don't you get me a job with him? No. Why? Because he's going to try to sleep with you. I know. Okay, well, if he's going to try to sleep with me and he's your friend, imagine what somebody else going to do and they don't know you. Then he was like, okay, well, you don't have to work if you don't want to. I don't care. I can pay for you. I said, exactly. So, you know, he already knows how it goes. I said, you work, you have jobs, you see how the men talk about the women at work and what they say about them and what they think about them and how they're looking at them and stuff like that, how they harass them. You already know. Imagine if I was to work where you work. Wouldn't you be trying to harass me? I just painted the picture in his head. I said, they always be touching on me, trying to get me to go to lunch and dinner, trying to get me to drink at lunch. You know, they always do. I painted the picture deep, you know what I'm saying? And this is one of Napoleon Hill's tactics to plant a vision to get the desired results. Okay?
Right. So does this really actually work though? I'm trying to figure this out. I'm trying to figure something out. Like, she really thought she pulled the reverse Uno, but I would ask, do you and would you sleep with a guy just because he wanted to sleep with you? Right? Especially as a married woman. Because if the answer is no, then I will have nothing to worry about as a man being with you. Right? But if the answer is yes, then I hope you have some fun. But I don't want a woman that's for sale and so easily persuaded. I mean, to me, when a woman brings that type of ultimatum to you, that's the ultimate disrespect. That's the ultimate sign of disrespect. That's really what it is. That's really what she's saying, that she's for sale, that she could be bought. Right? If you don't let her have her way and do what she wants to do, she's telling you she could just move on. You know what I mean? So I don't understand why a man would double down. So either I'm gonna call cap on this one, or the guy she's with is in the Simp Hall of Fame.